Merry Christmas, everybody, and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you and my cat Coco over here our thoughts on Week 15 and our picks for the 2021 NFL season. Check it out. Don't mind Coco, my little broadcasting friend. So, no, Coco's a really nice cat, so she's on little company right now. She just really misses me from work, so don't mind me. But, you know, it's a Tuesday, and we have a couple of games we haven't gotten through yet because a lot of teams are out on COVID and all the stuff like that. Like the Rams in Seattle, that's going to be tonight. So I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that game. And the other one is Philadelphia and Washington, which that I haven't really got into that because all four of those teams are been instructed by COVID and all that. So that's a really huge problem with that. So I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that. But overall, my record so far for Week 15, 9-5 overall in the year straight up. That's pretty good. 141, 71, and 1 overall. That's my straight up record. And against the spread, not so good. It was 4-10 overall straight up against the spread, which is kind of bad. So I'm gonna finish under 500 on that. So it's gonna be 112, 103, and 2 overall so far in that one. So in overall, over and under went below 500. So I'm hoping I get get those 2 games right tonight. So which I'll be at even money on that one. So I'm 6-8 so far, and right now I'm 111 and 104 and 2 overall the year. So on that. So my thoughts about Week 15. The Chiefs and the LA Chargers, that was pretty much the best Thursday night game of the week. That's probably the best one so far over here. So that you got to keep an eye on that. Not really keep an eye on it, but it was really one of the best ones they have. It was like a back and forth game. You can tell it was one of the best quarterback duels so far this year, I can say. You know, we're going to have still more to come with Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes on that. Patrick Mahomes looked like Patrick Mahomes again. That was the Patrick Mahomes I was looking forward to, and we didn't get a lot of that this year and everything on that. Yeah. And because of that, though, I mean, I thought they were going to, the LA Chargers were going to take the +3. I got a loss out of that one, so. And overall in the year, in the Cleveland and the Vegas Raiders, which that was played yesterday due to the COVID listings on that. But if you would have told me that Cleveland would still get get pounded, well, it told me they would have lost in a close game, despite all the guys that have been out on COVID, like Case Keenum and Baker Mayfield and most of the guys on defense. So I think that if you would have told me that they would have lost on a close game, I would have thought you were crazy at that point. But they kept it really close, so I was really surprised on that one. So anyway, that being said, the Vegas Raiders won by a field goal, and they just got the lost out of that one. So it was pretty shocking on that. Kind of shocking that Cleveland kept it close. It was a defensive game on that. My Patriots and the Colts, that was a really tough loss. That puts in the position for Buffalo to get the AFC East this coming week, which they face my Patriots this week. But it's not over yet. So like I said 2 weeks ago, I think the winner of the Buffalo and the Patriots game in Buffalo, I still think they're going to get that division. I still rest my case for the Patriots on that one, despite what happens this week. So we'll see how it plays out, and go from there, But anyways, that being said, speaking of Buffalo, they pounded the Carolina Panthers on that one and everything else like that, and that puts them in a position to get the AFC East for the second straight year on that one. The Dolphins and the Jets. The Dolphins, they just came out to what they need to do, try to fight for the playoffs and stuff like that right now. And that's exactly what they're doing. The Eagles and the Washington football team, like I said, they haven't played that one yet, so we got to wait on that one. So we're going to skip over to the Arizona-Detroit. Now, if you're Detroit right now, you're still happy to get a couple of wins, but you missed your opportunity to get the #1 draft pick. So that's pretty much to say on that one. But, however, you got your Super Bowl. You beat one of the best teams in the NFC, and that was the Arizona Cardinals. So, anyways, that being said, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, that was a must-win situation for Dallas. They're just a few steps closer to get the NFC East right now, so they're going to be closing in the deal on that. And a closer deal for Dak Prescott winning comeback player of the year. So, and for, let me see, Tennessee and Pittsburgh. Well, Tennessee, if you're Tennessee right now, you're kind of like you're expected to be disappointed from your offense or Defensively, not bad because you give up less than 20 points. If you give up less than 20 points and lose a game, not the defense's fault. Offensively, they look like they're really struggling. And you can tell they need Derrick Henry back. So, that's the thing. So, anyways, continuing on. Jacksonville and Houston. Not much to say about that one, just the fact that Houston just came out and played. So, anyways, that being said, Houston, they clinched the number 1 seed right now because of the Detroit win. So, Cincinnati and Denver. Well, I'm sorry. I think it was Jacksonville that got the number 1 seed, so I apologize for that. My bad. So, if I'm Jacksonville, pick your coach first and choose the draft pick later. So, that's the way I see it. Anyway, Cincinnati and Denver. First off, my condolences to Teddy Bridgewater. That was a severe neck injury. That looked really, really scary. I'm not sure if he's going to play or not next week or anything else, but my condolences out to him. And for Damian Harris, too, who got Demaryius Thomas, who passed away, too, for Denver. So they're hurting on both sides. Lost one of the great wide receivers over there. And not only that, lose to Teddy Bridgewater, too. So they're in a dark cloud right now. So it's pretty much my thoughts and prayers out to the Denver Broncos, the Denver fans, everyone in that organization. My condolences out to everybody over there. Wish you nothing but the best, but losing one of your great wide receivers, Demaryius Thomas, and not only that, getting Teddy Bridgewater in a neck injury, that's really a rough situation you guys are in right now. So wish nothing but the best. Hope we make a full recovery out of that. But anyways, though, continuing on for that, for Denver. So for Denver, though, that was really a game that Denver must have been really needed to win. So, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And Cincinnati is looking closely to sneak up on the NFC North. Sneakingly. So, anyways, that being said, San Francisco and Atlanta. San Francisco. I'll see you later, Coco. San Francisco is looking like the team they need to catch the playoffs right now. I don't think they're gonna catch up to the Cardinals or Rams right now. So I think the best they can do is just go sneak up in the wild card spot. So I think that's the way to look at it for San Francisco's case. In Green Bay and Baltimore, for the second time, Baltimore went for 2 to go for the win. Didn't work out, which for this case around, I didn't understand why to go for 2. I understand you want to beat Aaron Rodgers, but at the same time, you gotta make some smart decisions on that. I don't think that was a smart decision for John Harbaugh at that point. So I don't know. We'll have to find out how the weeks goes on with that, what they're thinking of. I understand a lot of injury prongs right now, but on the flip side, I don't know. I just don't know. The Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, we didn't get to that one yet because there's no game yet for them. So we're playing tonight as well. Tampa Bay and in New Orleans. New Orleans got the win, but Tom Brady took it out on a tablet. Where have I seen that angry face before? Looks awfully familiar. But so, anyways, Tampa Bay, Tom Brady got shot out for the first time in nearly a decade. So that was kind of a surprise on that, which, that being said Tom Brady's going to refocus. He's going to be very pissed off, and he's going to take it out. Oof. My God, he's going to take it out, or whoever. Really, really going to be taking it out on a certain team. And you guys know what I'm thinking of. So, anyways, that being said, for what I'm thinking, Tom Brady's really going to be very mad. So, Tampa Bay Bucks fans, now you know you're going to see what Tom Brady's going to be like when he's very angry the following week. That's all I can say about that one. Anyways, that being said, let's continue on for Minnesota and Chicago. For the Minnesota Vikings at that point, if you should just be really thankful. Excuse me for a minute. My cat just forgot to do something on that one, so. for the Minnesota Vikings, for Kirk Cousins, should be really thankful. Really thankful for Kirk Cousins getting his second Monday night game against the same team against the Chicago Bears. That's all I can say about that one. Anyways, that's all my thoughts for the Week 15. Let's get on to my Week 16 picks. Okay, that's going to kick things off on the Thursday night game with the San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans. San Francisco, they look like they're winning at the right time right now, and that's what they desperately need for San Francisco to do. As for Tennessee, I would be worried about your offense right now because you really need to step up to the plate to get some injuries back. You know, that Derrick Henry injury has definitely set Tennessee back. And losing Julio Jones, too, that's going to hurt them for the year, too. Really hurt your chances to being a Super Bowl contenders at this point. As I mentioned, like, way back in August, I picked Tennessee as my Super Bowl favorites to win it all. That doesn't look like there's going to be the case right now for Tennessee. If I'm Tennessee, I would not say reboot this, get the playoff seed, and try to look for like a guard or something like that to fix out. I'm not going to worry about the running back situation right now or Ryan Tannehill in the quarterback situation right now. If I were Tennessee, focus on getting an offensive guard and go from there. Anyways, continuing on for the game, looks like San Francisco looks like that's going to be a team for San Francisco to win. But I definitely see San Francisco banging on Tennessee's offense all night long on Thursday night. So I'm going to say San Francisco over the Tennessee Titans in this game. On the line now, San Francisco's favored by 3.5 in this game. I'm going to take San Francisco minus 3.5. Over and under is 44.5. I'm going to go under 44.5 because I don't trust Tennessee's offense. Green Bay and Cleveland. Now, if you're Cleveland, you better hope that Baker Mayfield or Case Keenum come back. So, you may have a good defense. You just got to make sure you got to have those guys back. If you don't get those guys back, I don't know what to tell you. Let's continue on. For the game, Aaron Rodgers, they got the division. They got the NFC North this week. So, good for them. They're going to try to step on the gas and get the NFC, the number one seed to get the NFC. So, the NFC can be rode to the Lambeau Field. So, I'm going to say this. Green Bay is going to take out Cleveland. Just try to get to that point to get to the NFC North, number one seed. So I'm going to take Green Bay over Cleveland in Lambeau. On the line, though, Cleveland is favored by 7.5 in this game. I'm going to take Cleveland minus 7.5. Over and under, it's 45. I'm going to go over 45. The Indianapolis Colts and the Arizona Cardinals. The Colts beat my Patriots last week. They look like they was going to... they're going to got a team that's going to be stepping on the gas. They could creep up on Tennessee right now. Anyways, that being said, they're facing Arizona, which is Arizona has their own problems of their own. They lost to Detroit. It doesn't look like Arizona's going to be choking in the playoffs again. I could definitely see that. But anyways, that being said, I think Indy's going to pull off an upset in this one, and it's in Arizona. So I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts over the Arizona Cardinals. On the line, though, the Colts are favored by 1.5 in this game. The Arizona's favored by 1.5, excuse me. So I'm going to take the Indianapolis plus 1.5. Over and under is 48. I'm going to go over 48. I expect Kyle Murray and Carson Wentz to have a shootout in this one. The Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. If you're Detroit Lions right now, you should be happy to get a couple of wins. But on the flip side, you're not happy. You're not going to get the number one draft pick. So anyways, that being said, Atlanta's looks like they're going to try to win out. Try to prove. I think they can get... They win out. I think they can get the playoff spot, I think. So I'm trying to think about that one right now. But if you're Atlanta right now, you're probably just grateful you got to win. So I think that's the way I see it for the Falcons right now. So that being said, if you're the Atlanta Falcons, you should be really happy what you're going through right now. I mean, it's a good standing point where you're at, but on the flip side, you need to stay focused and on the positive. Trying to win out at least to get above 500. Simple as that. You might not reach the playoff contention for 9 wins, but hey, at least you get to prove you get to be under 500. So I think they're willing to do that. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons over the Detroit Lions in this game. On the line, though, Atlanta is favored by 4.5 in this game. That's too many points. I'm going to take Detroit plus 4.5 because defensively, Detroit's been better since they got the first win against Minnesota. Over and under, it's 44.5. I'm going to go over 44.5. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati needs to win to try to at least reach the breaking point for get that division. for the NFC North. For the AFC North, excuse me. But anyways, that being said, Cincinnati, they really need, this is a must-win situation for Cincinnati. I believe if they win, I believe they get the division. I may be wrong on that one. But anyways, Cincinnati needs a win to keep their division hopes alive. And Baltimore needs to win to keep their division hopes alive. This has come down to this game. It's going to tell you that one right now. But the way that the coaching decisions going with Baltimore, the way that defensively Baltimore's doing right now, I'm not too sure if I can trust Baltimore's defense right now. So I'm going to take Cincinnati over the Baltimore Ravens in this game in Cincinnati. On the line, though, the Baltimore's favored by 3 in this game. No, Cincinnati's favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Cincinnati minus 2.5. Over-under is 43.5. I'm going to go over 43.5. The LA Rams and the Minnesota Vikings in this game. The LA Rams, I'm not sure what they're going to do tonight, so I'm not really going to sure about that one. But Minnesota, I think they might beat Minnesota. Just not even though Minnesota's at home, still they haven't faced a team like the Rams yet. So this is going to be a tough the win to swallow for Minnesota. But I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. On the line though, the Rams are favored by 3.5 in this game. I'm going to take the Rams minus 3.5. Over-under is 49.5. I'm going to go under 49.5. My Patriots is the Buffalo Bills. Now, this game is going to be decided for the AFC East. Who's going to decide that? It could decide by my Patriots, but if the Bills win, they get it. But I think my Patriots win, they have to win out to get that division. I think that's the way it's going to go. Plus, weather's going to be a factor again. Just like for the Buffalo game a couple Monday nights ago when they did that, with the wind going in there. Knowing Belichick, when it comes to weather, he's the master at that. I really can't trust that from Buffalo right now. Even though Buffalo is trying to make a standing point for like, hey, they're saying Buffalo's like the better team than the Patriots and Gillette or something like that. Not too long ago. But anyways, that being said, continuing what I'm saying, I think my Patriots going to really take it out on the Bills because of that loss against Indy. So it was a breaking point for my Patriots, I think, for the loss. But at the breaking point for the Patriots to say, hey, we're still the top in our division. So I think that's the way it's going to go. But weather's going to be a factor. It's going to be snowing, like snow flurries coming in, snow showers coming in over the weekend around the New England area. So that's going to be a big, big factor on that one. And knowing Bill Belichick, he's going to take advantage of that. So, sorry, Buffalo fans, no disrespect. No, my Patriots beat you on the weather advantage. I believe they're going to do it again. So, we have some questionable decisions. We have a few guys out on the COVID list. And however, Damian Harris is questionable. He may be playing this week. So, I think if that's the case, I think Damian Harris is going to pick up where he left off against Buffalo after the hamstring injury for that touchdown run. That was the only touchdown in the game for my Patriots in that one. I think they're going to take it out. And then he's going to pick up where he left off, get a couple of runs and for a touchdown, go from there. So I'm going to take my Patriots over the Buffalo Bills in this game. On the line, though, my Patriots are favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take Buffalo minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 44.5. I'm going to shoot for the under 44.5 because of the weather advantage over there. Because the weather can play a factor in the over and unders. The New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Actually, if I'm thinking about it right now, I think the weather's going to be a factor in New York as well. So I think the Jets are going to take advantage of that too against Jacksonville on that one. And if you're Jacksonville, just tank it. Try to get the number 2 draft pick. Go from there. So I'm going to take, the number 1 draft pick. I take that back. I'm sorry. So if you're Jacksonville, get another number 1 draft pick. Maybe get a wide receiver this time or a guard to protect Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going to take my New York Jets over the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. On the line, though, I believe for the first time this year, the Jets are the favorite to win this game. I'm going to take the Jets minus 2.5. Over and under is 42. I'm going to go under 42.5. The Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. This game, I'm not too sure how I'm going to feel about the New York Giants. The Eagles have not played well at home, but I think they're going to beat the New York Giants in this one. Nasty rivalry. And for the Giants and Eagles, probably the best rivalry in the NFL. That's how I'm going to put it at that. So I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to win at home. I know even though they struggle, but I'm going to take them over the New York Giants in this game. On the line, though, this is where it gets dicey. The Eagles are favored by 10 in this game. I'm going to take the New York Giants plus 10 because I really can't trust Philadelphia right now. Over and under is 42.5. I'm going to go over 42.5 because I think this is going to be a really close margin. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. The only thing I can think of, Tom Brady's going to take it out on Carolina, and he's going to take it out no matter who's playing with him. Because Mike Evans, I think he's out. Antonio Brown's out because of suspension. I don't know if he's back or not. So I think Mike Evans is on the COVID list, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't remember who's on the COVID list right now, so I just don't remember. So I thought Mike Evans was on the COVID list. So I just don't exactly. I thought for sure. I know there's a couple of guys on defense, but I know Antonio Brown's expected to play. So I know that one. So from his suspension. So I'm not. But anyways, yeah. But I know they placed Barsha and Preman on COVID, I believe, which I think for the Bucks, I think that's the case. They did that, so I don't know. I think this is going to be really, at this point right now, it's going to be a COVID situation for all the teams right now. So it's going to be really, really tough. So Barsha Perriman, I believe the wide receiver for the Bucks, he got tested. I believe he got tested positive for COVID. I'm not mistaken. But cornerback Braylon Wilson. So I think he's going to be coming from the practice squad because of that. And I also think for running back Kenjon Barton got tested positive for COVID. So I think he's going to play because of all that. Because I think Leonard Fournette got tested positive for COVID, which I'm not mistaken on that. But anyways, the plus side, they have Antonio Brown back. Now because of Antonio Brown's back in for suspension, Brady and Brown are going to connect a bunch of times. And Antonio Brown's like, you missed me? So anyways, I think the Bucks are going to take it on in Carolina. So I'm going to take the Bucks over the Carolina Panthers in Carolina this game. On the line, though, Tampa Bay's favorite by 11. I'm taking that. I'm taking Tampa Bay minus 11. Over and under is 48. I'm going to go over 48.5. The Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Not sure about Seattle's situation right now, but I do know they may beat, no matter if they win or lose tonight, they're going to beat Chicago in this game. Because I think if you're thinking of Seattle at this point, you might as well try to fight for getting above 500 and maybe, just maybe, get the 9-win mark, just to squeeze into the playoffs. Because the NFC is really tight right now. Anyone can get that wild card spot. So, and I think Seattle's thinking, well, if we're lucky, we can get to the playoffs at 9-8. So I think if you're in Seattle, you might as well hope for the best of it. But it's going to be a very, very tough matchup. You're in Seattle, even though Seattle's not been great at home this year, as normally is. So I'm going to take Seattle over Chicago on this one. Even though Justin Fields, I think he's going to have a field day again. So I'm going to take Seattle over Chicago in this game in Seattle. On the line, though, Seattle's favored by 7. That's too many points. I think Justin Fields is going to put up some numbers. So I'm going to take Chicago plus 7. Over under is 43. I'm going to go over 43. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is a must-win situation for Kansas City right now. They win, I believe not only they get the division, they have a chance to lock up the number 1 seed. So if you're Kansas City, you better hope to win. So make sure your defense steps up, and I think that's what's going to be the case in this one. This is a defensive battle. And for Kansas City, offensively, Patrick Mahomes, he's been struggling on top defense in the league. Pittsburgh's a top defense in the league. Which, they're getting close to that mark. So, it's an Arrowhead. I'm going to take Kansas City over the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. On the line, though, Kansas City's favored by 9.5 in this game. I'm going to take Kansas City minus 9.5. Over and under is 46. I'm going to go under 46 because I'm not too sure about Big Ben in the offense right now. I just really don't know what to say on that one. The Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a really, if you're going to Denver Broncos right now, get a positive thought right now and get a win. After what you went through with Teddy Bridgewater's neck injury, So, but if you're for Demaryius Thomas too, you might as well find some positive thing and try to get a win, no matter who's at quarterback, whoever's playing right now. This is a must, and this is a must-tough situation for the Denver Broncos we're in right now. So if you're Denver, trying to find a positive thing and get a win. That's the only thing I can do, especially if it's your division rivals. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over the Las Vegas Raiders in this game as an upset. On the line, though, the Vegas Raiders are favored by 1.5 in this game. I'm going to take Denver plus 1.5. Over under 42. I might go under 42 on this one. The LA Chargers and the Houston Texans in this game. This is a must-win situation for the LA Chargers. They need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. At least try to clinch a wild card spot. So, and I believe they're going to do that on Houston. And I think Houston's trying to get the top 3 draft pick. So, I'm going to take the LA Chargers over the Houston Texans in this game. On the line, though, the LA Chargers are favored by 8 in this game. I'm going to take the LA Chargers minus 8. Over and under is 47. I'm going to go over... I was debating back and forth. I'm going to go over 45.5 in this one. The Sunday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Football Team. This is a must-win situation for the Dallas Cowboys. They win, and they might get the division, and they might get the playoff spot. We'll see on that one. So, but if you're the Washington Football Team, you just hope for the best. That's all I can tell you. But Tyler Heineke, you better sign him a multi-deal. I think he's doing pretty well for a quarterback, for a guy who's undrafted. Anyways, that being said, the Dallas Cowboys, it's at home. They're in a must-win situation. So I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys over the Washington Football Team in there. On the line, though, Dallas is favored by 10.5 in this game. I'm going to take Dallas minus 7.5. Over and under is 47.5. I'm going to go over 47.5. Monday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins and the New Orleans Saints. Second straight week. The New Orleans Saints are in a primetime game. I'm not too sure if I can trust the Saints this time around. They may have beaten Brady in the box. Not sure about the Miami Dolphins. They want to get into the playoffs. So, I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins over the New Orleans Saints to win this game. I think Tua's going to have a game. I think my New Orleans Saints are going to struggle a bit. Even though it's in New Orleans, so what? I still think Miami's going to win. It's an upset, so I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins over the New Orleans Saints. On the line, though, the Saints are favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Miami minus 3. Over and under is 40. I'm going to go 40.5. I'm going to go over 40.5. Okay, shout-outs this week. It's kind of a special shout-out because we have a couple of birthdays from the Progs community. Justin's Bridgewater's, find us on YouTube, and Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. And our godfather in the group, Gio Knows. So, yeah, those two, they had their birthday on Sunday. So, wish them a happy belated birthday over there. So, wish them a happy birthday. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off, wishing you all Merry Christmas, and see you all next week. And rock out.